Hey there, Careblazers. Welcome to the place where we talk about everything dementia. In today's video, we're going to talk about delusions. If your loved one's having delusions, chances are you're pretty stressed and sometimes feel like you might be going crazy trying to figure out what to do to help them. Delusions are really strong beliefs that your loved one has that aren't real. They're false, but they really believe them to be real. And so it can be a challenge trying to figure out what to do to help them. So if your loved one believes something very strongly that's not real, for instance, maybe they believe there's a bad guy coming after them, somebody's trying to harm them, somebody's stealing their items, you're having an affair, or even more lighthearted, that they think that they have to go to work. And it's very important they get to work today, despite them being retired for 20 years and their business no longer exists. So what do you do to try to help them if they're having delusions? The number one recommendation is don't argue with them. Don't tell them you're wrong. Chances are that's just going to make things much worse. There's nothing you can say to them to convince them that their beliefs are not real, because they are very real to them. Rather than argue, comfort them. Offer them some comfort. Let them know that you're there. For instance, if they believe somebody is after them, trying to harm them, chase them, whatever it may be, let them know that they're safe, that you're there to help them, and you're not going to let anything bad happen to them. If they believe that you're out there having an affair, that you're not being faithful to them, whatever the case may be, comfort them and let them know that you love them, that they're one of the best things that has happened to you. Just try to comfort that underlying emotion that they're feeling. Don't argue. The other thing to consider doing is to join their delusion, which sounds a bit strange, but it's been very helpful to a lot of careblazers out there. So for instance, if your loved one's feeling like they're being chased or somebody's after them, and maybe they're peering out your living room window through the blinds, scared of when their attacker is going to come, maybe you hang up the phone and say, hey, I just got off the phone with the police department. They captured your guy. He's in jail. You're safe. Let's go watch a movie, or, let's have a snack. The key is you don't argue. You comfort them. You comfort the emotion behind their delusion, for instance, fear in this case. Offer them some sort of solution, like if they've been captured, and then distract them. If your loved one is trying to get ready for work, despite not having worked in 20 years, let them know, hey, the boss just called and the office is closed for the day, or the boss says you've been doing such a great job, take the day off. Depending on how severe your loved one's memory impairments are, that may be the only rationalization that you need. You might be able to use that same thing every day. Again, not every response is going to work for everybody. It really depends on the dementia, the severity of the dementia, their specific personality, and all the different factors involved in each case. But what I really want to stress is that just to be creative in your thinking. The way that you would solve a problem with me or with your neighbor would be different than how you solve a problem with somebody with dementia. So it requires a bit of different thinking. The other thing I want to stress is make sure you're talking to your loved one's doctors about what's going on. If your loved one all of a sudden starts having delusions and they've never had them before, or all of a sudden their delusions get a lot more frequent or severe, it could be the sign of an underlying infection or some sort of other disease, and your doctor needs to know about that, because there could be some medications or treatments they could do to take care of it. So always be consulting your loved one's doctors about what's going on. And finally, the last thing I want to mention is that there are actually bad people out there trying to take advantage of people, older adults with memory problems and thinking problems. And what your loved one could be is saying could actually be true. So never assume that anything and everything your loved one says is false. Definitely make sure that there isn't anything behind what they're saying before you assume they're false. And we'll definitely be talking about how to avoid your loved one from being scammed and taken advantage of, because those are important issues that are sadly happening a lot. Anyway, I hope this video has been helpful for you. Please comment below if your loved one has delusions and you have found some pretty effective ways to respond to them. Comment below and help your fellow careblazers out. All right, thank you. Bye.